Hello, lovely Patreon supporters. Just a little update. An update about nothing, really. Because, so here's the backstory. And I've explained it before in some sense and in some areas, but not completely. And so, right now the concept for my book is called Enfleshed, Making Monogamous Relationships Real. And I do a little bit of wordplay on some Greek words and put my own definition on them to talk about particular topics that tend to rise up and be kind of fundamental components of a relationship. For instance, I use apotheosis to represent sex, and right to that area, and that's where I'm stuck. And I've been stuck on the topic of sex because, look, I'm going to be honest. My husband and I could write some graphic novels about our sex life. So that is not a problem. And we communicate, and we have done so much therapy, and we have grown and changed with each other, and we've allowed each other space to grow and change. So honestly, if I wanted to write a book about how to go from chaos to clarity, I should be able to do it because I've experienced it all. But for some reason, I'm stuck. I'm stuck with how I want to talk about sex. I'm stuck with deciding who my audience still is. I don't know who my audience is. When I started working on a book, period, I was doing it with another writer, with someone that I had developed a friendship with someone who had similar experiences as the ones that I had in my own marriage. And he wanted to write it from or for a theological background. And while we were working on it, it became very cerebral. It became too conceptual, and it didn't feel like there was enough experience and anecdote to it. And I think that's ultimately one of the reasons that we ended up parting ways, is he wanted to take it down this road towards, dissecting different Bible verses, and I just wanted to talk about the importance of coconut oil as a lubricant. It was things like that. And I have nothing but respect for the intellectual theological community, but to say that that's just my audience, it wasn't working for me. My audience is open. My audience is seeking out questions, not even answers. They're just seeking out what questions they should be asking. And I like to ask a lot of questions. And so that's all I'm hoping really to do with my audience, is just present my own questions and walk through my questions and see if I can find my own answers to it. Because I think ultimately, even though we have questions, the big existential questions, we end up answering them for ourselves later on, just through discernment, through experience, and through observation, really. And so, that's who my audience is. I don't know, my audience can be anyone, really. But maybe that's why I'm stuck, because I feel like I have to toe a certain line. And how daring can I get with coupling Bible verses with something maybe Esther Perel has said, or Octavio Paz has written to, or something that seems pagan or unorthodox, and how many people am I going to offend versus how many people am I going to, impress? And so maybe that's where I'm stuck. I'm also just stuck because it's the inner critic in me who's constantly asking me, who are you to write a book? Who cares what you have to say about marriage, Danielle? And I get that. And that's my damn ego trying to keep me from taking a risk, because honestly, the truth is you can't please everyone. You can please this many people, and you want this many people to buy your book. But are they going to buy another book if you leave them unsatisfied? And so that's where I struggle right now. I struggle with my lack of expertise. I struggle with my lack of pedigree, maybe. I don't know. And I just feel like I still have more books to read before I can write a book, if that makes any sense. What I did just recently discover, like within the last few days is that this might be a part of my nature or something. Enneagram, I'm a 5. And yeah, slow down. I know that's intense, right? I just found that out too. I'm intense. I think I knew that. But so, I mean, that maybe helps me answer the question as to why I feel stuck, is because I don't know, I have this unfillable void of knowledge. And so I feel like I need to keep going before I can present anything, sit on something for 10 years. And now let's be fair. It's only been a year since this idea to write a book has even been introduced to me. It was right around a year ago I decided I was going to pursue writing seriously. And then it was, hey, do you want to write a book with me? And then it was, this book thing isn't going to work out. And so 40,000 words into a book, I had to start from scratch because I couldn't take that anymore. I mean, I was going to take it. I was going to take everything I wrote and just keep going. But then thoughts were connected with the other co-author, and I didn't like that. So I had to start over. And I started over in April. And it's September. And I'm halfway done. But I'm stuck. And if I sit too long, I'm going to go back and look at the entire book and want to start all over. So that's where I'm at. I know I just have to sit down and get serious and make a plan and finish it and just freaking submit it. Something else that's going to be new to me. I don't know how to submit a manuscript, but I imagine the YouTube or the Google can provide me with answers on that. But that's where I'm at. I'm stuck. I want to deliver a really good book. I want to deliver a book that says, I don't know what I even want it all to say, but I don't want to give you a crap book. I don't want to give you a narcissistic book. I don't want to give you a reactionary book. I want to give you the authentic me. And I still am trying to figure out who she is. So if you'll bear with me and continue to support me and just hang tight and let me move through this, my hope is that in 2020, my manuscript will be finished and headed off to the publisher. And, God willing, I would love to have it out before the summer of 2020. That's kind of like my goal right here. And I don't like goals, but that's kind of my goal. Just to kind of get the ball rolling and see if anybody likes what I have to say. So until next time, thank you again for supporting me. And I'm going to hope to get you out some more of these videos, kind of talk you through what I am actually writing about, and maybe seek out some opinions, feedback, advice, whatever it is. I'm really enjoying doing a podcast, and so just from me to you, if you know anybody or even yourself would be interested in joining me on Recorded Conversations, let me know, because I'm always looking for new conversations. And I'm going to be real honest, it's really hard, but I keep trying. I'm looking for someone to disagree with, civilly and compassionately. And so if you think you know someone who would be willing to come onto a podcast where they know they're going to disagree in some aspects or values or views, let me know, because that's what I'm really looking for. Despite disagreement, we can value each other. Despite disagreement, we can still learn from each other. And so that's that. Until next time, peace.